Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. My name is Hallid Smith. We're going to be covering how to work with government. So if you are a small business owner and you want to work for government, or if you have registered but you never got any work yet, then you are in the right place. We're going to share my PowerPoint. The session will also be recorded. So my name is Hallid Smith. I'm the founder of the Greenhouse Foundation. Our core focus is job creation, and we help small businesses to grow their businesses so their business can grow and our economy can thrive. So I'm quickly going to share my screen and then we can get started. Please, if you have a question, please post it in the Q&A at the bottom or in the chat. Thank you very much for everyone that is joining me. I will leave some time at the end as well for any questions. So we've done a lot of work for government. We are also a service provider for government. When I say we've done a lot, we've done over 500 jobs. So we know a thing or two about working with government, and we're going to share a lot of that information with you guys. So just to understand where government is right now, the budget speech is just passed. And if you guys have watched that and looked at where a lot of the money is going, a big portion, a big piece of that pie is going towards job creation and making sure that young people are employed, because we do have one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. So it is a major focus on government, and where that money is going is offering various services. So financial support, yes, offering funding, many different types of funding, offering support as well. So it's not just money. They're offering support in the form of consultants that is able to assist you in your business, and also they procure. So there is no one that spends more money than government. So billions and billions. The city of Cape Town's budget alone is over 40 billion rands, which is spent every single year. That's what it costs to run the city of Cape Town. Everything you see needs to be paid for. And the city cannot pull money from treasury, which means they need to appoint someone to go deliver the services for them. And if you look at something, everywhere you look, where you see trees and grass that needs to be cut, yes, someone needs to cut it. And the city's budget is like 350 million every single year just for cutting trees and grass. And they appoint service providers to be able to do that contract. So lots and lots of opportunities for you if you want to work for government. So how does the process work? Like anything, you need to understand how it works, how to access the opportunities, and how to access funding and contracts from government. So like government, it is a structure. It's got a lot of structure, a lot of paperwork, which means that you need to understand how that works, what the criteria is, firstly, for applying for funding. What is the criteria for registering for government? That all of that compliance is very important in government, because they need to track everything. Monitoring and evaluation is very important for government, and making sure that there is a paper trail. So unfortunately, there is a lot of paperwork that needs to be done when you're applying to either work for government or to register with the different departments, and or to access funding and support, right? So your main job as a small business owner is to understand that process. And that is why we are here today, so that you can understand it a little bit better, so that you can access it, because effectively we are competing against other business owners. And if other businesses are accessing the funding for their business, funding for equipment, funding for machinery, they get a contract, and now they can access funding at a very low rate. Those businesses have an advantage over you. right? And you need to understand how important this is because they don't have to pay for all of these things. They're getting all these support, which means they're going to move ahead of you, which is why understanding this is very, very important. And we do understand that rates in government is a lot lower than corporate rates. And a lot of companies feel, you know what? I would prefer working with the corporates because government's rates are very low. But the thing is, government give you major contracts, and even though rates are low, it covers salaries, it covers growth and expenses in a business. So you cannot do without it. So it is very, very important for those of you that is not registered to register with with all the various departments. So this is what government has done, right? Government has also made it easy for you as a small business to work with government. So they cannot expect you as a small business owner must compete with Bidvest. That's not realistic to expect you must compete with Bidvest. So what government has done, they've created the BEE codes, which effectively put you on a level playing field with Bidvest. They're saying because you are small, we're giving you 20 points out of 100 for being small, right? So you have 20 points out of 100. And if you are black female owned, ching, 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 extra points for you. Extra points for you. If you are youth, extra points for you, right? And that is an advantage. So now you more or less on the same. Now you can compete because you have a bit of an advantage. Yes, you need to be compliant. And you must remember, corporate companies are also giving money to small businesses for their BEE. So not only do they make it easy for you, they make it easy for you to be able to do work and compete. They've also created the BEE codes that requires big corporate companies to spend of their money, right? 2% roughly of their net income on you as a small business owner in order to get government contracts. So all big organizations like ABSA and all the banks, insurance companies that gets massive contracts from government with billions need to be compliant if they want to do work with government. And to be compliant, they need to give money away. To who? To you. Isn't this amazing? Every single year, over 35 billion going to small businesses as grant funding. All of that is being created by government to grow the economy, to uplift businesses, right? And massive amount of incentives. Incentives. What is incentives? They're saying if you're going to upskill staff within your organization, they're going to give you a 60,000 rands rebate and you can access from the mandatory and discretionary grants. These type of rebates is where government's saying, grow your business, right? Employ people, and we're going to help you. We're going to make it easier for you to be able to grow because we know you are the ones creating jobs. Government doesn't create jobs. It's businesses like you that are creating jobs. So government is there to support you, right? So we're saying it's important for you to understand how those processes work. And let's be honest, government is not known for having the best communication. Right? So it's your job as a business owner to engage with all the government departments and understand their process, how to apply, and what opportunities is there. So we're going to go through quickly, and I know we have lots of webinars online, lots of support. So if you go on Invest Cape Town on the website, you'll see over 50 courses that is there, free, funded by the city of Cape Town. And you can access it anytime, right? So There's lots of courses specifically on RFQs, but we're going to cover it very, very briefly in this session because it's so important. Remember, government works with documents. And documents, anyone can put it together. It's how you package your business, and it's so important. Also, the thing with government, they move very slowly. Yes, and they plan ahead of time, which means if you're in certain sectors, if you're in ICT, if you're in construction, if you're in manufacturing, right? If you're in catering, it doesn't matter whichever industry you're in. Government plans ahead, which means they plan 2 or 3 years before the time. If you look at the 2030 National Development Plan, it's been out already for years. They've planning for that. If you go on CSD, the Central Supplier Database, not only do all government departments advertise on CSD, they also advertise their intention on what is going to be advertised and going out next year. That is crazy. So it allows you to plan. If you're thinking of scaling and growing your business, which sectors to go in, when to scale, when to grow, it allows you as a small business owner to plan ahead. And if you look at Western Cape, and I know that there is delegates from all over the country, but if you're in Western Cape, if you look at how the city of Cape Town is expanding, massive growth plans for if you are in the tourism and hospitality industry. They've meant it's clear, right? It's in their plan. They are spending lots and lots of money on that. There's a lot of money being spent in ICT, in the ICT sectors, right? And it's very, very clear in government's plan. So if you are delivering services in those areas over the next 5 years, you know that there is massive opportunities there. If you are in manufacturing and you're thinking of maybe exporting your products into Africa, we know it's a focus in the Western Cape now. So there is not only support, there's funding for you to be able to help you expand and export your products if you are in manufacturing. But you now need to access that. You now know that you can scale, you can go and buy equipment, and you can get funding for that equipment, and you can scale your business knowing there is support for you from government in those sectors because it is a growing sector, right? So when a sector is growing, there's enough, there's opportunities for everyone. And government is putting money in there. So irrespective if the economy is not doing very well, government is spending money in those sectors, which means there's opportunities for you. Okay. So understanding the tendering process, right? And we're going to cover it very, very quickly. Simple and in as simple way as possible. So when you tender, government says we require X, Y, Z. This is what we require. You say you can do X, Y, Z. You've done it before. This is how you plan to do it, right? And this is the expertise that you're going to put towards the project to be able to do it. And here is a few references of clients that you have done it for before, right? So that is how it works. You give your cost, and based on cost, it is most of the tenders that goes out is 80-20, 80% cost, right? Cost and 20% BE, very, very important, right? Cost is very important for government. So you cannot overcharge because if you're the lowest price, you're gonna be one in line. However, having said that, government does not need to pick the lowest price. And why would they? It's not about the price. It's not really about the price for government. It's more about your ability to be able to do it. So functionality is even more important than price, because if you're not able to do it, you haven't done it before, right? You're not going to get work through government. You need to have done it before. You need to have references, contactable references to say, I did this. This company was happy with me, right? And what is a contactable reference? On a letterhead. Yes, I've done it. This company's done it for me. He did an amazing job, right? Please use him. That is a reference letter, signed, dated, stamped on a letterhead. If you have 3 of that, it's like gold for you. Gold, gold. It's like gold for you, right? So that is what you need to understand how do I access, how do I do work, and what do I need to give in order for me to get work, and all of that, right? Giving references, showing how you're going to do it, how you plan to do it, how long it's going to take you to do it, right? What you have done, you packaging it. It's how you package. It's how you package. And this is the wonderful thing with government. You're painting a picture. You're painting a picture of your business, and you can paint any picture you want. Isn't that amazing? You're just painting a picture to say, I can do this. And once you've painted that picture to say, yes, I can do it, now you get a contract. And guess what? You can now build capacity with that contract, and you can get funding for equipment and machinery, whatever you need to deliver it with that contract in your hand. Now, what business can you do that with? You can't do that working for corporates. No, you need to have it. You need to want to see it. But government wants all they ask for. Give me paper. Give me paper. Right now, you get a contract. You can take that contract. There's over 50 funding organizations, right, that will fund you if you have a contract in your hand from government. They will give you up to 80% of the value of that contract upfront without putting your house on the line. This is what we're saying. Massive opportunities, right? That is there for you now. The evaluation process, guys, it is not one person that decides. It's not one person. It's committees that decides. And if you are unhappy with the process, with the award, it is your right to appeal and say, I'm not happy with this. I don't think I was treated fairly. And there's a whole department that gets paid, the anti-corruption unit. What is their job? To make sure there's no funny business. And I hope I'm clear. And I hope I'm clear when I use the word funny business, what I'm referring to, right? They get paid by government to investigate. All you need to do is say, I'm not happy. You don't need to give a reason, and there's an inquiry, right? The process is stopped. Cannot carry on. We need to check now. Everything is above board. And we've done it many times. We have done it many times. Because if you suspect some funny business happening, it's your duty to say something, because it is unfair on everyone. This is what we're saying. The process needs to be fair, and it needs to be transparent. Transparent, no underhand business. There, you need to know who it was awarded to and what they charged. It's my right to know. It's my right. I'm a small business. I don't know where to come in on the market. I don't know if I must come in high, come in low. So I'm going to tender, but I don't know if I came in too high or too low. I have the right to know who it was awarded to, and I have the right to know what they charged. Yes. Tell me what they charged. Not only tell me what they charged, tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I did wrong. Show me. Why didn't I get it? Why did that company get it? Why did that company get it? Why didn't I get it? Oh, well, they've got more references than you. They've got a project manager, that has got an MBA. They got a lot more experience than you. They've given me quite a few references. Plus, they're not just giving me X, Y, Z. They're giving me X, Y, Z, E, F. They're giving a whole lot of extra stuff. And they have partnered with a non-profit organization in that community, and they're going to employ unemployed youth on that project, and you're not, but they are going to do it. If we give them this project, they're going to employ unemployed youth on this project if you give it to them. Huh? Can we understand how this works? And it's part of government mandate to support MPOs in communities and to uplift communities. So guess what? I'm building a wall, but I'm also employing someone on the project. Right. Or I'm supplying a service, but I'm also employing someone, an unemployed person that is going to assist on this project. Can we understand how this works? It is separating you. Remember, you competing on paper. This is how you compete on paper. I'm giving you extra. I'm giving you this extra. Right. And I hope I'm clear. I cannot see any questions. But I'm carrying on. Let me just have a quick chat. Thank you, everyone, for that. For those of you that has just joined me, we are recording this session. So if you've come on late, you won't miss anything. We're going to send you the recording of this. We'll also send you the PowerPoint. No problem. We'll send you the PowerPoint. My name is Hallid Smith. If you've just joined me, Greenhouse Foundation, and we are speaking about how to work with government, right? So if that is why you are here, you are in the right place. Thank you, everyone that has joined me. And we are carrying on. I'm just going to check very, very quickly through the questions. Fireflies, yes, recording, take notes. Okay, great. If there's any questions, you can please just pop it in the chat box at the bottom, and I will stop every now and then. I know that I talk very fast, okay? So, concrete management. Right? Once you get it, yes, you need to do the work, right? If you don't do the work, you don't get paid. Yes, you don't get paid. And scope also changes, right? But not with government. So what happens is, right? And I want to mention this because remember, we do mentoring, we do support services and consulting services for businesses. And one of the key things that comes out when there's an issue, when there's a problem with government, then they contact, can we please assist? So listen, if scope changes on a project, because this is how government works, they say we want X, Y, Z. If there's anything that changes on that project, the scope changes. Sorry, right? If you deliver X, Y, Z, you get paid. Anything other than that, you're not getting paid. So if the spec says you need to paint this building must be painted, right? You're charging 200,000 to paint it, but we want this 10-year Plascon double velvet paint. That's what we want. We want this quality paint. That's it. If you decide, you know what, that paint is quite expensive, I will prefer to use this other paint, and you contact someone, a project manager, and say, you know what, can I use this paint? Yes. No, it's fine. Use the paint. You're speaking to someone telephonically, and they say, yes, you can use the paint, right? When you finish painting, and now you need to invoice, and you go to procurement, remember, it's different people working for government. So now you get a verifier that needs to come and verify that it's done. Okay, great. What paint did you use? I used this paint. Okay, guess what? You're not getting paid. We wanted this paint, right? No, but this person said this, and this person said this. So no, guys, please be clear. If there's anything that changes, plus, if you're also not happy with the decision that was made and people from the city is contacting you, or from government departments phoning you to explain why it went here and not here, but it is verbal, you say, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But can you please put that on an email for me, black and white? Black and white. Black and white. This is how it works. Because remember, it is a formal process. It is a formal process. So if someone is phoning you, there's something funny happening, right? Why are you phoning me? You need to get it in black and white. Black and white. Formal, right? So please, guys, don't make these mistakes. Don't make these mistakes. If you are doing work for government, you don't even start work unless you're getting that order number. And there's a lot of funny business happening, a lot of scams out there saying, here's an order. No, there's so much scams. It is crazy. Every single day, there's 20, 30 emails in your email box. Right, here's an order, quote for this, quote for this. No, this is not how government works. It is on a formal platform. You are registered on CSD. If it's not on CSD, it is not legal. Everything is on CSD. When you go on the City of Cape Town, it's on your profile. If you go on Western Cape Government, e-procurement, it's on your profile. You get it. You go on your profile to complete it. No one is going to send you something to complete. No, it's scam. Okay, so don't even open it. Right? So I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm clear. Right? No one's going to send you anything. If you're getting emails, ignore it. You're going on government platforms to complete it. Okay. You're going on the City of Cape Town, on e-services, on Western Cape Government, and it's going to your profile. Right. It's going to your profile. Okay. Payment. People say, you know what? We wait for payment. Government takes long to pay. Nonsense. We mentioned we've done hundreds of jobs for government. Do we wait for payment? No, we don't wait for payment. Why? Because we need to understand the process. When a job is done, another person in that department needs to sign it off. Another person needs to verify that the job is done. The head of finance need to sign it off from that department. Then it goes to accounts payable. Right. It's a process that you need to understand. Right. So when I'm giving my invoice to that project manager, I'm not just giving it there. 40 billion needs to be processed every year. It's just numbers. 40 billion needs to be processed. So when I give that order, here's my invoice, thank you very much. Right? Here's my invoice, thank you, man. Who signs it off? Now this person signs it off. It goes here. I know the process. So guess what? I'm going to pop that email. I know on the 26th I'm getting paid. On the 24th, I'm popping that email through to accounts payable. Thank you. You know what? I'm just checking it's been signed off. If there's any issues, no, it's signed off. Thank you. We have the GRN number. We have the number that's been signed off by all the project managers. And it is in line for payment on the 26th. Guaranteed you're getting paid. Thank you very much. This is part of your job as a business owner, is to do the follow-up and understand the process. And guess who gets paid first? Mr. Smith from Greenhouse. That's who we are. We're going to pay first. I get paid first. Why? Because if I don't get paid, guess I'm going to be knocking on the door there by accounts payable, and I'm going to find out where's my payment. So they're going to pay Mr. Smith first. I get paid first. Okay. But I follow up on my payments. Okay. So where do we register, guys? Hopefully, right. Let's just get a show of hands, yes or no. If you are registered on CSD, you can put in the chat box, yes and no. I want to see how many yeses and nos. Right. So yes and no. How many of you are registered on CSD? So CSD is national government. Right. All the departments. There is over 4,000 municipalities. The City of Cape Town's budget, we've said, is 40 billion, one municipality. That's only one municipality. It's 4,000. They are all government departments and municipalities is on CSD. And remember now, it's a live platform. What I mean by live, right? When you have your tax clearance documents, it is uploaded on CSD. If for some reason you are no longer compliant on your tax, you haven't paid your tax, you're now non-compliant. That very second you're non-compliant, you cannot do work with government because it's live. If you need to get paid and you've done work and now you're non-compliant, you are not getting paid because you are now non-compliant, right? So it's a very important platform, right? And you need to go on it regularly to see your status. If it is green, I'm compliant. And it happened to us many times. You know what? I'm 2 rand short on my tax, or my pay as you earn is behind 1 month, and then for some reason there's an issue on SARS, and now I'm non-compliant. But I don't know. Then the clients contact me from the department. You know what? We were considering you for a tender, but you're non-compliant. right? Very helpful because we've done work for the department. They don't need to do that. They just saying, you're not compliant. You're not compliant. Now go and check. Oh, quickly sort out the tax and immediately within a few minutes, I'm then compliant. Can we understand the platform? Live. It's a live platform. It's a live platform. Let's just have a look quickly at the chat. Yes, compliant. Yes, Ranel, Boosie, wonderful. Okay, yes, not yet, Sherilyn, but soon. Yes, but soon, hopefully. So great. So a lot of you are registered already. There is a few no's, but a lot of yeses. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. There's a lot of yeses, right? So once you've registered on CSD, that's the very first step. Make sure you're compliant. The next step, you're going to register with all the departments. Yes, City of Cape Town, Stellenbosch Municipality, West Coast Municipality, Central Karoo Municipality. Yes, all of them. You're going to register. The same documents you're going to register with Stellenbosch that you registered with the city, you're going to register with Stellenbosch Municipality. Why? Because they all manage their finances. They manage their finances, right? So they're going to procure through their own platforms. You're then going to do the same for Western Cape government. What is Western Cape Education Department? 3,000 schools in the Western Cape, right? Yes, massive. Department of Agriculture, right? EPS, loads, all the other departments is Western Cape government, and then there's national government. So if you registered for City of Cape Town, you can register with City of Joburg. Why not? All the municipalities, you're going to register, right? So remember now, this is why it is so important. Once you're on CSD, you not only can register, you can see what tenders is in your field. So there's a wonderful search. You can search, I'm in construction, I am in catering, right? I'm in manufacturing, I'm in services, right? I'm in health, I'm in tourism. This is what I do, right? Where is the opportunities? And you can search province, national, right? That's the first. Once you've searched, it's going to say go to the website, and now you register. Now you register as a vendor, you get a vendor number. So you're going to have lots and lots of vendor numbers. But in order to register, you need a MAAA number to say I'm on CSD, right? That's how it works. So thank you for sharing, right? Most of you have registered, which is great. So we're going to go through this very quickly. So you would understand that you are BE compliant, you have a certificate, or you have an affidavit from the bank. And you also, especially in certain sectors, your compliance. Now, one of the questions which come very often, right? We're working with government. Where do I come in on cost? Right. So let me explain this. So there's a question we get. So they're in whatever field, they're providing different services. Okay. For those of you that are here, while I'm busy talking, if you can please, in the chat box, your industry. What industry? You can put the name of your business, right? Everyone is seeing we're over 50 business owners here. Put the name of your business, right? You can put the name of your business, the industry that you are in the chat box. The name of your business in the chat box, so that we understand the industries as well as we go through this. Okay, so just put that there. And then how it works is this. Okay, so when government advertises, remember we said lowest price first, yes, but there's not always that governments want the lowest price, because remember, as a government, in all government departments, their job is to get rid of their budget. They need to spend it. They need to spend it, which means if their budget is spent, their job is done. If their budget is not spent, right, it's a problem, because effectively they have not done their job, right? So what happens is certain times of the year when they have a very big budget, right, they don't necessarily want the cheapest, because if it comes to November, what happens in November? Like December, nothing happens. So now they realize, you know what, I need to do a little bit of work. Right, the whole year it's quiet. End of the year, November. You know what? I have this budget year. What can I do? Can I paint this building? I've got 250,000 rands. Can I spend this budget on that? And now you come and you say, you know what? I can do it for 100,000. They had a budget of 250 and you say you can do it for 100,000. They were planning to spend 250,000. And like now you're effectively giving them more work. So how do you know? How do you know? I'm going to tell you how you know. On the compliance, they say, you know what? We don't want CIBD. We want a CIBD specialist on this job, right? You need to have a special CIBD registration that allows you to do work on safety. You know, these sprinkler systems, right? So you get a special CIBD for that, right? If you're doing training, we want QCTO accredited, right? We want this accreditation. We want someone with 10, 15 years experience, right? We want X, Y, and Z. We want all of these things. Oh, a whole lot of things. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? When you look at the scoring, remember, there's no surprises when you're tendering. It tells you. You have 20 references, you get 20 points. You have 10 years experience, you get 5 points. You have a degree, you get so. You have a PhD, you get this. We give you this. They tell you very, very clearly. No surprises, which means you're submitting your RFQ or your tender. You know exactly what points you're getting when you submit it because they tell you that. Right. So if they're saying we want all of these compliance issues, what are they actually saying? They have money. I hope I'm clear. Yes, they have money. They're not going to go for the cheapest quote. Why? Because they have money to spend. You understand? They have money to spend. That's why they're giving you all the compliance. So sometimes, yes, they don't want a general CIBD. No, they want a specialist because they have money to spend. Right? They don't want cheap. Right? They don't want cheap. They want quality. They want quality, right? Because they have money to spend, so they will not go for the cheapest quote, right? Are we clear? I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm clear. So the specs tells you where to come in on your cost, and once you've done it, yes, you can then see other companies that it was awarded to, because you will see, I came in 100,000, was awarded to this company for 200,000. He paid 200, he quoted 200, but he got it. Yes, because that is the reason. And then there's also times when the costing is low, right? Middle year, don't really have a budget, it needs to stretch. We're going to go for the lowest one now. The spec is very vague. It's very vague. They're not even asking for a lot, right? It's going to go lowest price. Are we clear? Are we clear? That's how it works. That's how it works. So please take the time when you are doing. Let's have a look quickly. RAM inspection services, engineering, wonderful. Investment solutions, coaching, lots of work, lots of coaching, lots of training work. In fact, speaking of coaching, there's actually quite a few coaching RFQs that's out on CSD right now for government departments. Nice 3-year contracts. Those are the ones that you want. Those are the ones you want, a 3-year contract, right? Let me do coaching, executive coaching for government departments. Let me do it for 3 years, right? And there is a few of them out right now on CSD coaching, 3-year contracts, executive coaching for Western Cape government. Construction, the biggest industry. The biggest industry. People don't realize the city has over 44,000 buildings just in the Western Cape that they own, that the city owns, that needs to be maintained and clean. So the city's budget for for maintenance is massive. Also, right? Not just maintenance, but management. Right. So a lot of the city's properties are saying, you know what, we don't want to manage it. We want someone to manage it. So when we look at what the tenders that is out currently, right? The budget just for managing the city's project is 2.6 billion. 2.6. You need to wrap your head around this. 2.6 billion, and that is per annum. That is per annum for managing properties. So yes, if you are in construction, you have to be registered as a management company. Why? Because then you're managing it, you're maintaining it, you're taking care of it. Right, because that's where the opportunities is, right? You need to look where the money is. You need to follow the money, guys. You need to follow synergy, HR, massive. Government employs massive amount of HR companies to employ, because they have hundreds of thousands of employees, right? That is working for the West, for City of Cape Town and national government. Health and wellness. Yes, the city has a wellness. Cleaning, massive. That 44,000 properties needs to be cleaned. IT, right? Western Cape is the IT hub of Africa. I hope you realize that, Margaret. It is the IT hub. So when you look at tech-wise, where the city is putting money, right? Massive amount of money and support. In fact, it is more than 10 fully funded incubators and accelerators in the ICT sector. A lot of funded not only by government, by the corporate sector. Real estate, massive. When city is moving properties, they appoint companies in real estate to be able to do that. We've mentioned HR, manufacturing, wonderful. There's a few, Harold. There's lots of opportunities, lots of funding and support for companies in the manufacturing. Why? It's labor intensive. You need to understand this. Opportunities is linked, funding is linked to jobs. It's linked to jobs, which means that if you're in an industry that is growing, that's gonna create more jobs, right? That is where there's funding and there's contracts, right? It is linked to jobs. So when you're applying, you say, fine, great, here's a contract, but I can employ people and you can access then funding for that, right? But it's all job related. So you need to make sure, yes, the way you apply for that. But the fact that there is so much funding available, it means there's no restriction. You can go crazy, apply for everything. And once you have it, you can access this funding and you can access the team to be able to do it. You can build capacity, guys. You can build capacity afterwards. Electrical installation, oh yes, solar, massive projects in government. The city, especially the city of Cape Town, they want to have as many companies as possible off the grid, especially the government departments for the next 2 years, right? The government is going to be spending hundreds of millions on solar. Yes, because it makes sense for government, right? This is why there hasn't been a lot of power shortages. Government want to get as much of the power off the grid as possible, and solar is where government is moving. Not only have they invested in plants, they also want to increase the amount of service providers. Remember, you have an advantage, right? And the challenge is that there were 12, like I think it was 5 years ago, right? Before we went fully online on the e-services, there were roughly about 12,000 vendors registered. Then they revamped the system. They now moved online as well. You can do it online. You don't have to leave your house. And now, currently, there's only 4,000. There's 4,000 vendors for the city, right? There's 4,000 vendors for the city, right? Western Cape government as well is now fully online. But the amount of vendors that's there that is now compliant is less than what they were 5 years ago. So there is massive opportunities for you guys to register, right? With government now, Western Cape government and national government. Okay. So your scoring, we've mentioned. We've mentioned a few of these things already, and the reason why I'm mentioning it again, right, is a lot of you are registered. Right? So I want to know, for those of you that are here, that has done work for government, have you received contracts for government? Because here's the thing. So you're going to mention in the box again, yes, if you have got a job through government, or no, I have not got a job for government. Because if you have not got a job for government and you have done 10 RFQs or 10 tenders for either Western Cape government, national government, or municipality, if you have done 10 and you never got any, you are doing something wrong. Guys, You cannot do 10 and get zero, right? Because remember now, this is what has happened. Remember, we said we've got over 500 jobs. But when we started working for government, we did over 50 and we didn't get any. We didn't get any. So obviously now, what do you do? I'm not getting any work. This going to this company over and over and over again, these companies are getting it and I'm not getting anything. You need to figure out how it works. And this is why we are here. We're here to help you, to say, you know what? You need to get your piece of the pie. And if you're doing something wrong, it needs to be rectified. So that if you're doing 10, you should get one or two. You should get one or two. If you're not, remember, you're going to review your costing. So you know where you're coming in. And people say, like, where to come in. You don't determine the price. You don't determine the price. Your industry determines the price. So if you are in ICT and you're supplying software, your costing is high because it's in dollars, right? If you're in health and you're supplying medical equipment, your costing is high. Anything in health is expensive. Equipment in health is expensive. So your markups are very, very high. If you're in garden service, your markup is in cents. Your markup is in cents because they're paying you per square meter. So your markup is very, very tight. So you need to understand your industry and your cost and the requirements. And remember, what happens is a lot of the business, they say, you know what, I send an email through to the project manager, but I don't get a response. I don't get a response. I don't get a response. Okay, so this is what I do. This is what I do. Remember, I need to know what I did wrong and why it wasn't awarded to me, because this is how I improve. This is why I say when you do one, you find out why I didn't get that one. Now you do the next one, you're going to improve on the next one based on the feedback you're getting. You're going to do number 3 and number 4. And the time you get to number 10, you would have a tender because you're going to get it spot on. So it's not only completing 10, it's learning from the 10. And this is how you're going to be getting work. And government processes. Remember now, you're saying it's going to this company. Let me explain why I say you're going to get 10. It's not going to go to the same service provider. So government has anti-corruption systems in place. Let's say, for example, they have a company, it's going to this company and they get it every single time. Once, yes. Twice, yes. The third time it goes to the same company, it's going to be red flagged. It's going to be red flagged as possible corruption. Which means they're going to investigate why is it going to the same company for 3 times in a row. They cannot give it to there. They're going to give you an opportunity. They haven't used you before, right? This is why I'm saying they're going to be investigated. It's not a nice process. They're not saying this funny business. They're not saying it. But they have to inquire, and it's not a nice process to go through. Now, why are you using this? We say, they're going to investigate. So it's not a nice process. So project managers are not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're not going to use. They're going to use you. They haven't used you before. Your costing is right, more or less. They're going to give you a chance. If your costing is right and if you're giving them what they need, that's all you need to do. Give them what they need. Make sure your costing is right, and you're going to get work. Right. So this is why I'm saying, make sure you understand the offering. So let's see quickly. Those of you that's getting work, they got work. I want to see. And those of you that didn't, no, Harold, you didn't get work yet. We're going to sort that out for you. It's my first time tendering. Great. You have to start somewhere, Renee. You have to start. You have to start somewhere, right? But it's massive opportunity. Listen. There's not many jobs that you can sit in front of the TV with your laptop and complete 10 tenders. You can complete 5 tenders, literally 5 tenders, RFQs on e-services in the space of half an hour online. That's worth R500,000. So you tell me how, if there's many industries that for half an hour you can get R500,000 or more than that, depending on the amount of tenders. This is what an investment is. You're putting something in and you're getting something out. So there's very few industries that you can put in a half an hour and get out a 500,000. Can we understand this? Is worth the time you're putting in. if you're looking at what you're getting out, right? And yes, costing is low, but the thing is, you are able to scale your business. You are able to tweak your products and your services. This is what government allows you to do. I have a nice year, a 1 year contract. I can tweak it, right? I can tweak my product and I can build capacity. I can employ people. I can buy vehicles, I can buy equipment, right? And I can build my capacity. And this is what government contracts allows you to do. Right. This is what allows you to do. You can build very, very quickly with government contracts. Right. And you don't need a lot up front. This is the thing. You don't need to invest a lot up front. You can get contracts and then build. Right. And this is what it allows you to do. Okay. Startups. Is it absolutely recommended for startups? It's the best business for a startup is to work for government first. As I said, you don't need anything. You don't need anything. It's just yourself. You can start working and build your business very, very quickly with government because I don't need a lot. I can get a tender and then I can build my capacity, right? I can understand my industry, my costing, what I need. And what I need to do is, all I need to do is figure out how to put pieces of paper together. That's it. That's what I need to do. And if you cannot paint a very nice picture, you're going to get someone that can paint for you. Not everyone can paint. Right, and I hope I'm clear when I say paint. You're painting a picture of your business, not where you are now, where you're going to be in 5 years. Okay, so Sherilyn, where you're going to be in 5 years, that picture you're going to paint now. Because remember, they're only evaluating you on what you're giving them. Right. So you're going to paint a picture. You're running a business. You're going to form partnerships with consultants, with people that has done it before. You sign SLAs with them. Right. The difference is a normal SLA. This is important. This is important. Remember, you're going to be scored on the capacity you have. If you don't have capacity, you're going to sign an SLA with consultants that has it. Experience, qualifications, references. You're going to sign with a SLA with consultants and people that has it. Freelance, but with an SLA. The difference is, please listen carefully. The normal SLA that you would sign in a business, you would normally push risk to the other person. You don't want to take risk. This is the purpose of an SLA, is to safeguard yourself, right? You don't want to take risk. You want to push risk. If something happens, it's your fault. This is why you would sign an SLA. That is not the SLA you're going to sign with that consultant. Right. Otherwise, you cannot use that person as your capacity. The SLA or MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, or service level agreement that you're going to sign with this consultant, you take all the risk. I'm going to say it again. You doing X and Y for me, you consulting for me, but if you make a mistake, it's my fault. Are we clear? You make a mistake. They make a mistake. They're working for me. They're external. We have an SLA binding us. But if they make a mistake, it's my fault, right? Because this is what government wants to know. Who is responsible? Who is this responsible? If something goes wrong, who do we blame, right? So if you have this SLA, it's attached with, I have these consultants, their capacity is my capacity. This is the experience, right? I'm going to get my points on my functionality, and I'm going to get a lot more opportunities to work with government because I have capacity now. But remember, you don't have to pay them monthly. Remember the SLA. If I get a job, I'm going to use you on the job to do this, and I'm going to pay you from the job, but I don't need to pay you up front. We understand how it works, guys, right? No upfront costs. This is how we do it as a startup. This is what we did when we started working. I remember we did a big job, enterprise and supply development project for DDAT, Department of Economic Development and Tourism, many years ago, right? We didn't have a lot of capacity, right? So what we did, we went to a big company. Their turnover was over R1 billion. So we went to them and we said, you know what? We have an opportunity to do this project for Western Cape government, but we need assistance. Can you do it for us? Yes. You in Joburg, we here. Right, we have the opportunity, but can you do it? Yes, we can do it. Here's our profile, here's our experience, we can do it. We took that, we signed the SLA. They did it. We did nothing. We did nothing. They did the job, did a great job. We got paid, we paid them, but we put that under our belt because it's under our brand. Right, it's not under their brand. You're growing your brand, right? And you've done this work now using other people's capacity through an SLA. Okay. I hope I'm clear. Let's just have a look. Is there any more questions? No. Great. Let's carry on. Okay. So once it's awarded, you get, before you sign, listen carefully. Most businesses, they work for government. What happens when they get their contract? Where do I sign? Yay! And they're just happy to sign. Once you sign, there is no negotiation after that. Remember, you need to sign a service level with government, the contract. You're signing a contract with terms, payment terms, scope. Everything in there can be negotiated and discussed with government. No, I need to, this project is 1 year. I cannot wait till the end. I need to get a percentage up front here. I need to get it in this tranches. What do I need? I cannot do this. Can we do this? All of that is discussed before you sign. Once you sign, no more negotiations. Your negotiations have stopped. Right. So when you get your contract, you get your SLA, you read it, make sure you can do it for the price. Remember, you need to make money from the project. If you want to escalate and it's a 3-year contract, please, guys, please. We work with companies that is doing work with government, but after 2 years, they sign a 3-year contract. After 2 years, they're filing for bankruptcy because they came in so low on their cost. Your cost needs to escalate. You cannot take that risk on yourself as a small business owner. You factor in your cost. You factor in the risk. After 6 months, it's going up 5%, going up 10%. Right? You determine that when you give your cost and you negotiate that with government. Government is open to that, right? They are open to partnerships as well. Come together with smaller companies. If you are CIBD 1, there's another company, 4 companies, that's CIBD 1. You come together on a project. Now you CIBD 2. That's how it works. Partner with other companies, because if the contracts are bigger, those are the ones you want. You want bigger contracts. Government doesn't want to put out specs if it's cleaning services and they have 44,000 buildings. Guys, you think they're going to put out 44,000 RFQs? No. Government don't want to do a lot. They would prefer putting out bigger ones. So which means if you want to tender on those ones, you have to partner with other companies in your sector. Come together. Now we have more capacity. Let's do this big project. You take a piece, you take a piece, you take a piece. This is how it works. Otherwise, guess who smiles? Bidvest. Smiling. Bidvest smiling all the way to the bank. Why? Because small companies are too scared to partner with other small companies. So where's it going? It's going to Bidvest. Bidvest is getting it because they have capacity to do it, because smaller companies don't want to partner because they're scared. I don't know of what. Of making too much money, maybe. I don't understand. But this is what we're saying. the opportunities for scaling is there. Okay. Disputes we've mentioned. If there's a dispute, you don't have to. And listen, I mentioned earlier, when you send an email, you don't get a response. This is what I do. This is what I do. I put in anti-corruption department in the email. So I'm sending it to a project manager, right? If it's the Western Cape government, yes, Western Cape anti-crime, anti-corruption email address, red tape reduction email address, head of procurement email address. Guess what? I get a response very, very quickly, very formally, right? Very formally. This is the reason. Thank you very much, sir, for bringing this to our attention. This is the reasons why this, and this, and this. The very nicely structured, very professional email that you get. And do they like it? If I CC anti-corruption in on the email? No. Right? So if you're doing work for the city, business.support at Cape Town. What are they? It's a department that is, the whole department is there for you. They're there to support you as a supplier, right? So they're on your side. They get paid to help you. So I CC them in on all my emails. I get a response. Okay. I'm just saying, I get a response. I CC them in. Maybe they don't like it, but I get a response. Okay, I'm just saying, you can try it. You can try it and see if you get a response. Okay, great. So we mentioned the signing, we mentioned performance, right? On all the contracts that you're doing for government. You're gonna be measured. So if you've done 1, 2, or 3 jobs for government, remember every single one, if you've done your first one, that people say, now, how do I get experience? I'll explain to you how you get experience. When we started doing work for government, we didn't do, remember, we got 500 now, but we got 0. So now we didn't do anything. So what do we do, right? Now, here's the thing. There is a lot of what they refer to it as scraps. What is scraps, right? So scraps in government, if you haven't done any work for government yet, right? There's a lot of scraps. What is scraps? So if you're in construction, for you to go to Worcester to go and replace a geyser, is not really worth it, is it? If you're doing training and you need to do training for 5 people, it's not really worth it. If you're in catering and you need to do catering for 5 people, it's not really worth my effort to do it. So there's lots and lots of those small little contracts. It's not really worth it for the big companies that wants the 1-2 year contracts. But guess what? When you're doing work, especially during the busy times, November, yes, there's lots of scraps. In fact, it goes out over and over and over again, and no one tenders. Isn't that crazy? No one tenders. No one is tendering for it. This is why when you go out on the city and you see the number and A, the number and B, the number and C, it means it's gone out so many times and no one has actually tendered on it, right? Because everyone is busy. No one wants the scraps. I want the big contracts. Guess what? When you start, you're going to do the scraps. Yes. You're going to do it at a very good rate and you're going to do it exceptionally well. This is what you're going to do. I'm explaining to you how to do it, how to get in. You're going to do the scraps. You're going to do the scraps, right? The ones that no one wants to do, you're going to do it well, right? You're going to do it well. Once you've done it well, right, you're going to ask, are you happy with this, right? So they're going to say yes. You're going to do catering. You're going to offer them free ice cream and dessert. Yes. You're going to offer them free ice cream and dessert. You're going to do consulting, give them, yes, 10 free hours. You do training, yes, free mentoring. Right, free mentoring. You're going to do it exceptionally well. And you're going to ask them, can you give me a reference for it? A reference letter. Absolutely. You're going to ask them for a reference letter. Are you happy with the service? Yes, I'm happy. I was very happy with this. Can you give me a reference letter? You get a reference letter. And with that, you're now going to get a lot more contracts. Because now you've done a job. Yes, it's small. The value is small, but you've done it. And you've done it successfully. And you're going to use that to get other work. Because we used to, remember, this is how we started. Not everyone's doing training. Because we do training and mentoring. This is our core service, right? But there wasn't any. So where did we start? Catering. We did catering. We started first with catering, and then we got a reference for catering, and then slowly, because when in government, when there's training, there's food. It's just how it works. There's no training without food because yeah, it's linked, right? And we managed to get a few catering jobs. Okay, fine. We're gonna get in and we're gonna do the training. Did it well. Got some reference letters. Great. We did work for government already. And so we started slowly getting more and more and more and more. And then we got catering and training. And now we just do training because that's what we wanted to do in the first place, right? And this is how it works. So you need to understand how that works. We mentioned the invoicing already on the 26th. Government pay, it needs to be processed. Terms is negotiated upfront, 30 days, 60 days, and payments upfront, yes, can be negotiated if you're a small business. And remember, you can get funding up to 80% of an order upfront as well through organizations like National Empowerment Fund and SEDFA, Small Enterprise Financial and Development Agency. It's government entities that provides funding for you on government contracts for equipment, machinery, and delivering on contracts. Okay, so very good, very important that you build the relationship with your government department. So who do you speak to? Who's in charge of helping you as a business owner? Yes, enterprise and supply development departments for government is there to support you. Local economic development officers. Yes, those every single. So the city of Cape Town divided into 24 districts. Each district has a local economic development officer. What is their job? To help businesses in the community. If you're having a problem registering, if there's opportunities for you to expand, right? This is where government steps in and say, these are departments that is there for you. But you need to go to them, right? So we work with Atlantis Development Zone. There was opportunities there that they're building one of the biggest solar manufacturing plants. But in order to get that contract from government, they said, you can get this contract, you're a big company, you can do it, but 20% needs to go to local businesses. You need to give it to local businesses. And then they say, no, we're struggling to find businesses in this sector. The government says, no. Certificate says, no. You cannot tell me you're struggling to find businesses and can do 20% must go there. Must go there. So this is where the engagements, which is why they have a local economic development office in all 24 districts of the city, right? And it's the same in every single district throughout the country. It's your job. It's your job to engage with SEDFA. You set up a meeting with the consultants. With NEF, you set up a meeting with them. With City of Cape Town, ESD, you set up a meeting with them. With your local council, local LED, local economic development officer that's working for government, local and national. You set up a meeting. You need to be on a first name basis with them. This is my business. I need support to grow it. If there's opportunities for me, please tell me what the opportunities is for me. Bring that opportunities to me. I want to grow. I want to scale. I want to employ people. Right? It is your job to do this. If you are waiting for government to come to you to say we have these opportunities, you're going to wait a long time. You're going to wait. They don't know you. They don't know you. It's not their responsibility to get to know you. It's your responsibility as a business owner, if you are serious about growing your business, to go to them. You go to their office. Listen, if you go to the hub, the business hub in town, right, corner of Strand and Adelaide Street, if you go there now, right, there's a whole department that's there to support small businesses, registering, getting contracts, opportunities. If you go there now, you will not see one person in there. You won't find a single person there. Yet they get paid every single day to help you, and there's no one there. Because it's your job. Guys, it's your job. You have to build the relationship. You have to go to the departments. You have to go to SETFA. You have to go to IDC, right? You have to apply for equipment. You have to apply for machinery. You have to apply for the funds, support, incubators that is there. You have to do it. It's valuable for you. Consultants, having consultants in your business. Yes, we consult. Yes, we can help you. But if you have 4 or 5 mentors and consultants that's there to help you scale, right, that you don't have to pay for, that is valuable for you. So you have to, this is the investment you make in your business. You go to them, don't phone, don't email. No, you get in your car, you go, you get however you need to, you go and you get there. There's an office. Who do I speak to? This is how we do it. Right. This is how we do it. Right. And remember, your feedback you're getting from them. Right. And your reports. Very, very important. Remember, the reason why I say reports. Look, government officials need to do a report on everything they do. They need to, remember, they need to verify the job is done. So if no matter what you're doing, you're delivering a product, you're delivering a service, if you are able to give them a report, why? The report is their job. Guys, it's their job. It's not your job. It's their job. They need to do a report. This is part of their job. I'm sharing this information with you because this is what we've done over the last 12 years. We've asked project managers, we've asked them, what can we do for you? We want more work. What can we do for you? They responded. They say, you know what? I have to do this reports. I don't like doing this reports. I have to do this and this. This is part of my job. I have to do it. So guess what? You know what? If I do work for you, if I get a contract from you, again, I'm going to do all your reports for you. What does it cost me to do a report? It's nothing. I'm going to get someone to do it. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for you. I'll give it to you in Word. Here's your report. The project is done. This is everything that we did, blah, blah, blah. There's the report. It's done. I'm doing it for you. Right. If it goes, and remember, a decision needs to be made, and the scoring is similar. The scoring is similar, and they need to make a choice between A, B, and C. But I'm A, and I'm doing something for them. Plus, I have a relationship with them, and I know them, and I'm giving all of these things that they're getting. Who do you think is going to get it? Guys, I'm explaining to you. I'm giving you a little bit of tips, a few tips, but those little tips, it makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. It's the difference between you getting it or you're not getting it. It's the little things that you do that separates your business from all the others, So you give them what they want and you make sure there is additional value. That's what it comes down to. You're giving them value. So we've covered quite a lot, right? So remember, we've said non-negotiable. Everyone that's here needs to be registered with all the government departments. If you need help, yes, there is help through SETFA. Yes, there is help through our foundation. Yes, we can assist you if you need help, but we want you to do it first, right? We want you to try and figure it out first. So, and then if you get stuck, yes, there's City of Cape Town. Yes, there's Western. They have walk-in centers. You can go. Listen, it's no excuse, guys. Listen, there's no excuse for you guys. If you're struggling, you're not getting work. We've worked with companies. They say, no, we've tried. We applied online and we're waiting 3 months and we couldn't get anywhere and we just gave up. No. 48 hours. After 48 hours, if there's something wrong, you get in your car and you go there. Western Cape Government, right? Ariba Trade World, you get in your car, you go to Century City, you sit there. Can you please help me sort this out? Why? There's money to be made. Right. It's your job to go and make sure that you're compliant, make sure that you are there, make sure that you're doing the tenders, right? And make sure that you are improving. No one else is going to do it. You have to do it. You have to understand that it's massive, massive opportunity. You can scale. You can scale very, very quickly, right? If you have government opportunities that is there through all the different departments, right? Yes, the country is going in a recession, but they're still spending money. They're still spending money. So you need to make sure that the whole of government, it's an additional income stream. So even if you're working for corporates, fine. If you're working business to business, fine. It's additional income coming into your organization at zero cost. Costs nothing to register, costs nothing. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and there is support. So we're happy to assist you, but we want you to try first. We want you to go to the business hub. We want you to go to Ariba Trade World, Century City, speak to the consultants there. They get paid. They're happy to help you. Make sure you are compliant, registering with the government departments. And if you need assistance, you are able to contact us, and we are happy to help you. Right, we are done. We are done. Just to quickly share a little bit what we do. Remember, Greenhouse Foundation. So what do we do? Yes, we have online platforms. We have these webinars every single month online for free through our Greenhouse Foundation. We have full-on courses, and I'm happy to share that as well. We also QCTO accredited training. We provide QCTO training, job readiness, business development, business growth workshops that we run for government and businesses. So we're happy to assist you on that as well. And then we also have referral. What is referral? Right. Anyone that shares opportunities with us for either training, right, or consulting, we have a standard referral agreement, 5%. 5%. This is how our business expands, right? So hopefully you have referrals as well. Referrals is powerful. Why? Because you have people opening up opportunities for you within your business. We also have a sample referral agreement, Greenhouse Foundation, on our Greenhouse Foundation website, that hopefully you have partnerships where people can refer businesses to you. So if you do have opportunities for us, please make contact. That number on top there, the 0835 979 687, that's our WhatsApp number. It is always on. You can WhatsApp anything relating to working with government. We are there to assist you. Consulting in your business, you're welcome to contact us. Let's have a look quickly and see if there's any questions. And then if you have a question, you're welcome to put up your hand, and I'm happy to answer your question. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and please stay in touch. But we're going to stay on. That's the end of this webinar. It will be uploaded onto YouTube as well, so you guys can watch it later on, and we will email it to everyone here. Thank you. Let's see if there's any question. Thank you, Sherilyn. If you have a question, if you're not shy, you can raise your hand. Let's just go through and see if there's any questions. Email address, website. I'm going to put quickly for those of you that are here. Here is our channel. Everyone that's here, you can please go on our WhatsApp channel, right? All our events is on there. It's free. All our free events is on there, and there's the course as well that you can go and complete fully a free course that you can access. Please copy it. It's in the chat. Copy it, save it, and please stay in contact with us. We share all our opportunities, all our events. We have face-to-face. We have one in May, face-to-face at the city. We'll share that with you. Please attend because that's at the Business Hub at the City of Cape Town. So please attend that face-to-face, limited seats, but you can book and attend that. We also invite our partners, funding partners with money, and they will be presenting at those events as well. So please follow our channel, complete our online courses, and stay in contact with us. The WhatsApp, for those of you that did not get it, thank you, Harold. Thank you for joining us. It's such a hot day today. If you're in Cape Town, have a great week. If you're the rest of the country, I wish you well. Please stay in contact with us. I'm going to put, for those of you that didn't get the WhatsApp number, 0835 979 687. It is Hallid Smith. Please follow me on LinkedIn as well if you have a professional platform. and connect on LinkedIn. Is there any questions? You can raise your hand. If you're not shy, you have a question, I'll stay on for a few minutes. I'll stay on. If you have a question, anything that you would like to ask, please ask your question. Don't be shy. Cheers. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for joining me. Rishnia, thank you very much. What is your business? Is not what you have to register. You can remember you can register, Rishnia, you can register as a sole proprietor or a business or a PTY or MPO as long as you registered. Right. So if you don't want to register a business, no problem. You can register as a sole proprietor as well, but you need to be registered. Jonathan, let's see quickly. You can talk, Jonathan. Go for it.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go for it.
Okay, Khalid. I connected late, so I just want to check uh, the process for writing and the tips on how to write for government grants and what is it something? Is it a process that Greenhouse Foundation go through with us? How do
Yes.
you guys do it?
Yes. So
Um,
what we do is we're able to assist you. So firstly, we did cover it in this session. We've given some tips. The session is recorded.
mm,
You can go back and watch this video and get some of the tips. But the main thing we share is the process, right? We want to make sure,
okay,
right? We can't tell you need to do X, Y, and Z and do it for you. We want you to do it, and we want to make sure you understand the
okay,
process. So you're doing a tender, you've done it, you're doing it, and you're going back to the project manager. You're going to ask the project manager who it was awarded to, what they charge. You're going to then use that to improve based on their response. So we want
okay,
you to do a lot of that, right? And make sure that you understand how to read the actual specifications, how to score your RFQ or your tender before you submit it. You need to be able to
okay,
read it and score it yourself, right? So that you get by reading the specs and by watching any one of our tender videos. You can go online. There's many that is already on YouTube. So if you follow our YouTube channel, you can go and you can watch it. Once you've watched it, you can then do it yourself. But if you get stuck, you can contact us and we're happy to assist you. But you must have done it already. We want you to try and do it yourself. But if you then get stuck, we're happy to assist you. And remember, the City of Cape Town, Western Cape Government, they have call centers. They're there every day on a Wednesday. Even if you're struggling to register, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, you go to the City of Cape Town. You go there and they will help you. They have computers and they will help you do it if you have any issues. Okay, great. But we are happy to help you. We are
thank
a
you.
foundation, and all we want to know is that you're going to employ people when you get your contracts, not just buy you brand new cars, right? We want you to grow and employ people. So yeah,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Bongani, you have a question. You can go for it. Bongani, you can, yeah,
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, my name is Bongani. So my question is that is it possible to do a business with the City of Cape Town if, like, for instance, I don't have any background references where I've completed any task for any company. So, like, for instance, I'm a beginner. I've got my business registered. So let's say I'm making a simple example. I'm supplying things like a toilet papers to the libraries, some sort of City of Cape Town areas in my area, for instance. How possible is that for me to get chances of getting a tender or a contract with the City of Cape Town
You,
without
you
any
won't
reference?
get, let me explain to you. If you have
Okay.
not done the work before, the chances of you getting work through government is very slim. So what you need to do is, if you're saying that you've done it before, great. So you must do it. If you're delivering a product or a service, you have to do it. Do it for free if you have to.
Mhm.
So you do it for free. You do it for free. And then you get a reference to say that I've done it. But if you haven't done anything, you're not going to get work. Why? Government is not going to use someone that hasn't done it before. Why? Because they want to make sure that you're able to do the job. And if you haven't done the job, then you need to do the job first. Do it first. Do it for free first. For companies, for libraries, go to the library, go to businesses and deliver the service. Once you've done it, ask for a reference letter and then use that reference letter to get work through government. But if you haven't done it, your opportunity is either to do it, get a reference letter, or form a partnership with someone that has done it before. Okay, so in other words, you go to a company that has done it before, you partner with them, and then you register with government. Are we clear? That's your two options. Your option is to do it first for free, small scale, get a reference letter, or you partner with a company that has done it before, and that is not registered with government, and then you register. Okay. I hope
Thank you so much.
Answers your question. Thank you. Is there anyone else that has a question? Please give it to some contracting. Is there a floor limit as to how much can yes, 25%, right? Is the maximum that you can outsource. Otherwise, it's another company. But if it is that you are outsourcing, right, what will happen is, remember, if you outsource and you're going to outsource more than 25%, their BEE status will then be yours. I'm just going to explain, Brucey, what I'm saying. If they are level 6, you are level 1 because you're small. You're a small business. They're a bigger business, but they are level 6 because they're white-owned. If you partner with them, then you are level 6, not level 1. And if you level 6, you don't get your 20 points. And the chances of you getting work through government is very low, right? So you need to be careful who you partner with. You have to partner with a company that is level 1. If you are level 1, then you have a level 1 status, and you will have 20. You will get the 20 points for BEE status. Okay. I hope I'm clear. Okay. Do you guys help with business registration? No, we don't help with business registration. We help companies that's already registered. Roshania, you can go to SEDFA. They will help you register your business. SEDFA, Small Enterprise Development and Financial Agency. They are all over the place. There's one in Bellville, there's one in town. They will help you register, or you go on Cipro and you go and register, or you go to company partners. I suggest, if you haven't registered one, I'll give you some advice. If you go and you register, right, and you go and register a company from scratch, you can go and register your business, no problem, right? However, it's much better for you, instead of registering on CIPC, to go to a company like Company Partners or Swift Reg. So it's Company Partners or Swift Reg. And what you do, you buy a company that's already operating for 2 years. So you buy a shelf company that's operating for 2 years. Yes, they charge, I think it's 1,000 something, 19. You get the registration. They then change the owner's details from who it's registered on to yours. And now you have a 2-year-old company, which is a big difference to having a company that is brand new. Even though it's not trading, it's been operating for 2 years. It's been registered for 2 years. So you have a 2-year-old business from the word go. And not only that, you don't have to wait for CIPC for your documents, which you will need to open up your bank account. You get the documents immediately and you can open up a bank account, because your company registration number is not going to change. Okay, so that would be the best option for you if you have not opened up a company as yet. Go to Company Partners. It's fully online, and you can fill out all the documents. You don't even need to go there. Complete everything online, and you buy two-year company, and then that will give you a very good start. Okay. Hope that helps. Is there anyone else that has a question? If not, we are done. Let me just have a last check. For everyone else that is here, thank you so much for joining us. I am going to pop you an email with the PowerPoint and the recording. So you can, if you have come on late, you can go and watch it again. Thank you very much. I don't see any more questions. Let's just double check quickly the Q&A. Call the same. My bank, you can go to Western Cape Government, Rene, you can go to Western Cape Government, Ariba. They will help you change it at Ariba, Century City. So you can just type into Google Ariba Trade World, Western Cape Government. It's at the SAP building at Century City. They have a walk-in center. You go in and they will help you change that. It's going to be the easiest and way to do it, rather than communicating via email on CSD. It's going to take very long. So I would suggest you just go there, get your proof of banking stamped by the bank, or you can actually pull it from your bank account. You can pull it online these days. You don't have to go into the bank to get the proof of banking and then change it. Okay. That would be the easiest option. Good morning, Hallid. Can get maybe how to do it. Okay. Bongani, I think I mentioned that earlier. If you don't have references, do it for free or partner with someone that does. Let me just see. Whiteboard markers. Thanks so much. Great. That's it. Thank you very much. There's no more questions. Have a great week. One more check. This is a lighting. I'm in KwaZulu. Great. Irrespective of which city you are, local economic development office. That is the one that you're going to go to. Remember, local government and national government both have individual budgets, right? So you will go to your local economic development office and find out about opportunities at your local municipality. That's where you register first, local municipality as a vendor. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Justin. Thanks for joining. Keep well. Everyone else, I'll share the recording. Stay in touch.